So the other film I saw, man, this was kind of a surprise to me. It's a film called Next Goal Wins. So this was a mystery movie that I saw at the Regal this past Monday, and this is the new Taika Waititi film. And this film is kind of a redemption story. So here's the official synopsis. With the 2014 World Cup qualifiers approaching, down on his luck, Coach Thomas Rongen tries to turn the American Samoan soccer team to winners. And this is one of those ones that's based on a true story. So I can't remember exactly the year. Maybe it was, 2001. So this soccer team is Thomas Rongen. He goes to coach this American Samoa soccer team. And in 2001, during a FIFA qualifying match against Australia, they are known for being beaten brutally 31-0 by the Australian soccer team, man. And it's crazy, man. Like they kind of recreate that moment of the match, you know, in a kind of funny way. So he comes in to try to redeem this team and whip them into shape. And really, the only thing they're trying to do even is just to get one goal in the game, man. So this film stars Michael Fassbender as our coach, Thomas Rongen. Let me see, other standout cast. I would say Kamana. They play Jaya Seilua. And we also got Will Arnett in here, Elizabeth Moss, and our Samoan team players. There's a bunch of guys in here, but the one that stood out to me the most is Oscar Kitely. He plays an assistant for the team. I think he's like a team manager. He's not the coach, but he's like the coach's assistant, and you know, kind of runs the daily operations and keeps the whole thing glued together. He plays a character named Tavita. We also get David Fain, who plays a character of Ace, one of the players. Some of these guys, you will recognize them, you know, the Samoan cast. Belu Kawale, you know, he's another team member. Uli La Tukifu, he plays a character in this. Angus Sampson. Most of the players in this, most of the cast in here are the soccer players. So
okay.
Elizabeth Mopp, she plays Thomas Rongen's separated wife. Will Arnett plays Alex Magnuson, the team owner. And but all of that, man, to say, it comes together, man. I think, we've seen this film a million times. Basically, it's a film where you've got a coach that's troubled, and by him taking over the team, it fixes the team, but also fixes him in the process. We've seen it a million times, and I thought this was a pretty cool turn at this, man. I really, I think what stands out to me that makes this film separate itself from the others is the setting in American Samoa, not to be confused with the other Samoa, who, funnily enough, they call those guys bougie and uppity. There's some quirkiness to this film, man. It opens up with Taika Waititi kind of narrating it as an announcer, and then he kind of disappears, man, in a way that's kind of weird for him. He typically, when he's working on something, you could tell his touch is there, man. But for some reason, he disappears. Outside of that intro, I couldn't say who directed this, man. I feel like anyone could have directed. This is probably the most straightforward I've seen him in a long time, dude. Like compared to what he's done with even the Thor films, the what's the other things he's done? He's done a few things, man.
Hunt for the Wilder People. Which is a funny film. I'm blanking out right now, Corey.
Yeah, I know what you're saying, but it's just different. It just feels weird, man. It just feels like he laid back and kind of maybe in some ways just sleptwalk through this thing and just
Jojo Rabbit whatever. Is another one of his films. Yeah,
that one. Yeah, it just doesn't have that spark. What's the pirate show that he works on, or even what they do in the shadows? It just, those things definitely feel like stuff he's worked on, but this just is devoid of that, man. But I think maybe it kind of takes away a little bit.
Our flag means death. Yeah, and
our flag means death. Yeah, like, so I feel like in some ways it kind of takes away, but this film still is a good time. Like, most of the film, I'm just smiling, man, just because of the interactions. Because you got the fish out of water thing with Fassbender's character. He's just more gun ho, and he's kind of bitter. He didn't want to take the job, but they're telling him, "Yo, do this, and we'll get you out the way," for the next thing, because he's kind of got a Bobby Knight reputation. He's just got a really bad temper.
Yeah.
And he spazzes out when things get tough and don't go his way. And he kind of brings this attitude to the island, but these people are just built different. They're more laid back, take it easy, do your best. It's not that serious. They just have a more and more hopeful outlook on things, man. It's like, yeah, we lose, it's not the end of the world. We're going to try our best, but like, relax, guy. And then, so he's kind of in the ways they're fixing him just by him being around them. And eventually he does actually make them a better team. But one other interesting aspect of this, man, that stood out to me is one of our players. And this is based on a true story. So Kamana, who I would assume, I'm pretty sure they are a trans actor, and they play this character in this game is they're non-binary. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
So in this in their real life,
Okay.
So in this film, they actually play what in the Samoan culture is called Fa'afini, or a non-binary person, and that's kind of brought up because there's a scene where Fassbender is trying to figure out, it's like, yo, there's women on the team, and it's a weird thing, and he has trouble dealing with it, wrapping his head around it at first, and reluctantly is like, all right, I guess it is what it is. And the other, I love this guy, man. What's the guy's name? Hold up, let me bring it back up. I love this dude, man. Tavita, played by Oscar Knightley, explains to him like, yeah, she's the
they,
the term, or they, but they call her she in the film.
Okay.
Like it's like, yeah, it's just, but pretty much, he says they are us. They're like our flowers. You know what I'm saying? I guess that's how they look at them. And it's like, yo, what's life without flowers? Like, and you know what I'm saying? To them, it's nothing. And then there's an interesting scene where they butt heads with the coach, and Fassbender actually on purpose like dead names them. And it's just like, yo, it's crazy, man. Like, I'm watching this, the mystery movies have been not packed, but it be people in there, man. And when he calls them John, everybody's like, ooh, the crowd is like, ooh, like, because that's, that was their, their male name, or their the government name. So it addresses that, man. I don't know, man. I'm glad that it was put in there, and then that was kind of it, man. He accepts that they're on the team, and then you come in to find out there's other things going on, with them as a character, and also you kind of see the other teams reacting to them, because they play this team. Oh my God, this shit was hilarious though, man. This team from Tonga. So you got the Samoans, they're doing this haka dance, man. But then once they get to the tournament, oh my God, this shit was crazy, man. So then the other team they got to play from Tonga comes checking them out through their practice, and so I don't understand why, but the Tongans are making this snake noise, like, and then it's almost like so then the Samoans, they're making like this, like in response to them. It's almost like, I'm like, is that supposed to be a cobra versus like a mongoose? I don't know, man. But this dude, it was fucking hilarious. I'm dying. But then there's also a scene where they're kind of making fun of I can't remember their name from the movie. They're making fun of Jaya. And she sees them and has a bad reaction to that and runs off, and I'm like, yo, this is crazy, man. Like, I just appreciate them for putting that in there, man, just to be sensitive to them. I did see, there is a trans reviewer that I follow, and they kind of had a different reaction. They probably felt like this was real triggering to see this put into this film. And I don't know, man. I'm not in their shoes or whatever. I can't speak on how people experience things. But for me, I thought it was real humanizing, and to even take the time to put that in there, man. They could have just swept this under a rug or not shown the nasty bits about it. And you know, I don't know, man. I think it's cool to have this kind of stuff out there. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And just to have it depicted on screen. I know there's going to be some people who are like, oh, there goes Blumhouse again, man. You know, their agenda, and they're trying to, you know what I'm saying? They're trying to corrupt the kids. But I'm like, dude, this is real life stuff. These people aren't, you know,
non-existent.
You know what I'm saying? They're out there. They're non-existent. Like if you're going to see them in real life, so what is your reaction? Like why can't they be on TV like everyone else, man? It rubs me the wrong way when I see people acting like that. There was one time where black people were looked on TV the same way. Like, why we got to sit through this? I'm like, because there's black people out here. You know what I'm saying? Like it's crazy to me, dude. And I think seeing people in these mediums can be powerful, man, and can just, lead to some, maybe not acceptance, because some people are just never going to be turned, but I think it helps when people can see themselves in things, man.
Yeah.
And like I said, I didn't know this was based on a real story. So this is one of the films where the end of the movie, they take the time to show you the real people involved in it, and that was a real player, a real person, Jaya became the first trans player, at this level, man. So it's like it's real thing, and they still out here today as an ambassador and doing work, so it's like it was cool to have that in here, man. But overall, I had a good time with this, man. There's a few moments where I've had some serious belly laughs, but for the most part, as I'm watching it, I'm just kind of had a smile on my face, because maybe that's where the Taika did come out, because it's just kind of goofy at times, man. Like it's you know what it is, man. I think the Taika just turned his level down a little bit. He's there, but instead of we getting a level 10 Taika, we're probably getting a level 6, because the jokes are still there. It just doesn't have his quirk in his normal presentation, man. But I would definitely encourage you to check this out, man. I think you'll have a good time watching it, man. It doesn't reinvent the wheel for this kind of story, but it's entertaining enough to to pass by. And like I said, it ends with a smile on your face, man. Like I don't think the theater would be like the ultimate place to see it, even if you caught it on streaming or something later and you didn't want to waste your precious theater time to go see this one. That's fine too.
I saw the trailer for it when I went and saw the creator, and I wanted to see it just because it's Taika, and it's not any of his material that he's made that I didn't have somewhat fun in or enjoyed. So I really,
the only other knock though is there's not a lot of it. I mean, we do get the practice scenes every day, but when it comes to the actual game, the gameplay at the very end, I feel like the soccer stuff could have been filmed a little bit better. Stuff a little bit, just because it is still a sportsy film. So I think if you could have added a little bit more cinematography to those moments, it would have definitely added. But at its core, man, I think the story has a lot of heart to it, man. You know what I'm saying? Even though my other problem too is Fassbender. He's good, but also I don't think he was written in a way that matched his talent. But yeah, man, like I said, man, that's probably it, man. It's a solid film. I don't think it breaks any molds here. And this is the second film I've seen this year with this same exact formula. And I'm going to probably pick Champions over this film just because I think Champions just had a little bit more polish to it in its making. And it just hit me a lot harder than this one did. Even though this is good, this is probably, if I'm giving Champions like a 4, I'll probably give this a 3.5. It's not bad. And it's not, it's not like it's terrible compared to that film. It's just a slightly lesser, different.